introduce yourselves, just say who you are.
Okay, fine.
Maybe say a couple of lines.
We'd be better off turning around.
So should we, yes.
Well,
Well,
when our time comes.
I'll just say thank you to the judges. If you wouldn't mind just introducing yourselves, saying a few words. Any questions? Are you all feel good?
What I would say is try and be at one end or the other of the scoring, because it makes life easier later. If we all come in at 5, it makes life difficult.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see what you mean. Okay.
Do you want the Indonesian list?
So, if I ask you all to sit here, because
Well, hang on. Malaysia and Indonesia.
Malaysians, yeah, okay. If you guys sit here, and then when you're presenting, sit over here, just because of the way the mics are going to work. Yeah.
I just wrote back saying I think you've done it.
Yes, so please do not.
I do note. I don't know.
I guess.
Here's going to get something, Joel, and the sound engineer. So you've got one handheld between you two. This handheld which is okay, but they're not going through the PA system. So it's just like, it's literally just for the live stream.
Okay.
So you still have to project so everyone can hear you.
So we have to listen for the recording.
That's a recording. Cool. Great, thanks.
Indonesia,
Questions, yeah.
if I could ask you to sit here.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Morning. Morning.
Also questions, yeah.
If I could ask the Indonesians to sit over here. Perfect. Excellent.
Should I click impact
Canggu.
Just play it by ear.
Yolla, where is Yolla? You're up first?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I could ask you to get mic'd up.
Sorry?
If I could ask you to get a mic. So if you go to this chap here, he'll put a microphone on you. And then Bagus, you're second. So actually, let me check how many mics we have. So we have 2 mics or just the one?
We got 2.
Okay.
Because that way they can already be mic'd up when they go up.
Yeah, I was going to ask the second guy. Bagus, could I ask you to get a mic? So if you go to that guy over there, he'll put a microphone on you, so you're ready to go. So the way it'll work is I'll say who's up next pitching, and then I'll also say the person after them, and I'll ask them to go and get a mic, so they're ready. So when I then call them to pitch, they can come straight up. Okay?
Just trying to spread ourselves across these things.
We're good? Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Academy. I hope you've all had something to eat and drink downstairs. I hope you're all feeling fresh and energized and excited for today because we've got a lot for you. Welcome to the Leaders in Innovation Fellowships final pitch day. We're excited to have you here. We're excited to have so many people in the room. My name's Tom Clegg. I work in the Sustainable Development Department at the Academy. And I'm glad to be here with participants from Indonesia and Malaysia today. The participants over the last 2 weeks have been working on business, commercialization and entrepreneurship concepts. They've been developing their skills, knowledge and expertise in that area. They've been working on putting their incredibly complex technologies into a palatable format for a non-technical audience. They've also been working on business strategy, modeling, planning, financing, and fundraising. And then after going through all that, they've put the first week's work into practice with their mentors in incredibly intensive one-to-one mentoring sessions. If that all sounds like a lot, that's because it is. It's an incredibly intense course. And I have to say the positivity, energy, and enthusiasm that these two groups have brought to the program has been an absolute joy to witness when I've been down at the Marlin with them. So today is when all of that hard work comes together. And hopefully it culminates in 3 minutes of absolute brilliance, and I'm sure it will. I've got every confidence in all of you. I'd also like to thank our judges for lending their time, expertise, and knowledge to us today. And if they wouldn't mind, I'd ask them to just introduce themselves, tell a little bit about their background. If I could start with Prajati. Yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Brigita Jurisic. I'm IP Commercialization and Incubator Manager at City University of London. Most of my time I'm looking for opportunities to commercialize IP from the university, and the rest of the time I spend motivating our academics to keep on going and to get the technology to the market and get them through the downs to the ups again.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Preeti Parikh. I'm an associate professor at UCL, and I'm also the founder and director of the Engineering for International Development Center there, which is about addressing global challenges and which is also about addressing SDGs in resource challenge and complicated settings, which we all experience. And I'm also senior research fellow with the Royal Academy of Engineering, focusing on energy access in sub-Saharan Africa.
Hello, I'm John Wood. I'm a fellow here of the Academy of Engineering, and I'm chairing the judges panel, so hard luck. I've been to Malaysia several times, but never to Indonesia. But always happy to be invited. I'm actually retired, but I was head of engineering at Imperial College in London, and I'm now a consultant to a number of governments and to CERN in Geneva, the Large Hadron Collider, which you may have heard of. I'm there. I chair the main panel looking at new innovations in sensors, instrumentation, and data handling, along with other big European laboratories such as the European Molecular Biology Labs and others.
Morning, everybody. My name is Richard Smith. I'm with a group called Earth Capital. We're a multi-regional investor in sustainability-related technologies. In sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia, we're investing mainly in power infrastructure, and in the UK and Europe, mainly focused on growth stage companies across a range of sustainability benefits. So it's very interested to hear on the SDG impact of the companies we're working with, and certainly what we're looking forward to hear, what you're working on today. Thank you.
Thank you, judges. I'd also like to introduce you to our timekeeper, Laura, today. She'll be helping me make sure that everybody sticks to their 3-minute pitch limit. If you could just show your 1-minute sign and your stop sign so everyone can see that. So you'll see the 1 minute when you've got 1 minute left, 30 seconds, and then finish. And when you see that sign, that means finish. If you carry on, I'll be up there and I'll be dragging you off. So the way it will work, I will announce the person who's up next to pitch, and then I'll announce the person after them. If the second person could go and get a mic from the back there, if you'd like to wave our mic man, he'll mic you up. And then we'll be ready to go, and we can just keep it rolling like that. If I could ask that anybody, if anybody's moving and leaving the room, if you could just avoid, or try and avoid, walking in the direct line of the camera, that would be great, just so the people at home watching don't get disturbed. So the rules are simple. 3-minute pitch, followed by 4 minutes of questions from the judges. As I said, this will be timed. Judges, unfortunately, I'm afraid to say you will also be timed. So if you go over your 4 minutes, I will have to jump in there as well. So we have 7 pitches from Indonesia first, followed by a short 10-minute break. Then we'll be back and we'll have the other 7. Then we'll go for lunch. And then after lunch, we'll have the Malaysians who will be up after. So any questions? No? Well, let's begin. First up, we've got Yolla, followed by Bagus. You could give a huge round of applause.
Good morning. Morning? I'm Yolla. When I went to UK, my friend who stay in UK said to me that it will be different when I visiting in UK because some of people in UK now using the respiratory mask. In Indonesia, it's really common using this one, reusable mask or the disposable mask, because we are one of 3 of the people Indonesian is killed by air pollution. We are the 2nd highest rank of the polluted country in this world. And that in every August until December, we have the forest fire. And now the virus spread out. As you know, coronavirus outbreak in all of the countries in this world. And that every day, the increasing of the victims. But don't worry, because we have the solution of the mask kit. In here, we have this one. We have the filter in here. The filter has the nanotechnology. Nanosilver can kill the bacteria and the virus. And another layer is activated carbon, which can absorb the dust and the pollution. If we compare with another mask, they only can absorb the dust and some gases of the pollution. But we can do it all. This mask is reusable. You can wash it anytime. And then the filter needs to be replaced every 2 weeks, but this is biodegradable because made of the 100% organic. We ensure that end-to-end supply chain, we are sustainable and friendly environment. And this is our current market. This company has established in 2018, and we have distributed our products to all of the pharmacies, and of course in the vending machine in the bus and the train station. In Indonesia, the train station, at least per day, we have 100,000 passengers per day. Think it's really huge of the market. And then we need to have the next step of the expand our product to be implement this technology for the air purifier, air conditioner, or car filter. Think that if you are walking up in the bathroom, go to the living room, and going outside, every breath we protect from the mask kit. And that's why we need for the initial funding for the 400K pounds. So we believe that this product is really can implement in anywhere and can protect every breath of the persons. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, we're just going to ask questions down the line, so off we go.
So can I ask, do you already sell this product?
Yes, already.
Because you said total addressable market, and how much can you make in revenues?
Revenues in annual is around 65K pounds.
Mm-hmm. And you're selling filters as well?
Yes,
so
we
that
have
people can substitute them.
Yes, we have the filter in here. So we have the refill in here. So people is just once buying the mask is one time, but we can have the filter in here. There are the 3 sets of the filters. Yeah, this is the refill.
How much does the mask cost and how much the filters cost?
Okay, for the mask cost is around £2, and this one is around 2.5 pounds, but we have the 3 sets every sachet. Yeah.
Thank you for your pitch. Where would you see your company in 5 years' time?
Sorry?
Where would you see your company in 5 years' time?
Yeah.
What is your vision for 5 years later?
Yeah. Okay, so we're saying that our companies will have the potential for the future. And then because, for example, for the previous years, we only have the market because the forest fire and something like that. But now we believe that because in 2015, our research, we think that the virus and bacteria is spread out in every countries, like the SARS and MERS. This is the potential, and now it happens for the coronavirus. So we believe it's really to have a very big potential for the market itself. Yeah.
For these, the range of products, what are you actually going to make? Is it and how will you go about building your business to provide them? Just trying to understand the scope of physically what you're going to make, whether it's the filters or these various end products.
Okay. Basically, the technology of the filter is the same. If you see that mask, the air purifier, everything, the filter is the same. But the difference is only in the dimension. The difference is dimension, the thickness, and just on the size of the specification. But the technology when you are cutting and you have raw material is all of the same. So meaning that what we wanted to do is we want to create the filters. So our main course, our main product is in the filter.
Okay, well, very exciting. Thank you very much. What sort of patent protection do you have on this? Because nanoparticles of silver are not exactly unique.
Yeah. So the patent is in the method of the coating. So we have the patent we have registered the patent for the coating itself. So we can make the mass production for the coating. We just doing in the spray coating. We have the patent in the design of the sprayer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody from a neighboring country, say a large country nearby, decides to produce, how could you defend your patent?
Okay, so we have registered that this patent for the design, the sprayer for the coating itself, the nano-silver. So the difference is because another country or another patent is just only have their specification in the nano-silver or in the raw materials. But the difference with us is we own the patent in the tools. It's not in the raw material.
So it's in the process?
Yes, in the process.
Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Yolla.
Sorry, I give you one.
Bagus is up next, followed by Achmad.
Yes.
If you could go and get mic'd up. So you're ready to come on after Bagus. Round of applause for Bagus, please.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Who is in here like eating chicken? I will steal your food so that you still eating chicken until now. I have the project. My project name is Closure System in Traditional Poultry Farm. Do you know that temperature around the world still increase every year? And we say global warming. Global warming can make effect in poultry farm, for example, overconsumption and high mortality. So I have problem solving in here by use closure system technology. Another that, the farmer don't have a lot of money to get the technology, and I will help them use franchise model in here. My technology only installations about equipment to open house farms, and the open house farm will be get closure system technology. When for example, in here is airflow will be run automatically. How about the market? This is the data for Indonesian statistic governments that population about broiler still increase every year. I only use 1% market share, and my company will be get revenue about $11 million. This is a big market. The unique selling of my product are put in small area, stand in land conditions, require low electrical power and cheap investment, but my computer don't have it. The sustainability and environmental benefits are Firstly, free from disturbance flies can carry the disease. Secondly, reduction in chicken feed wastage. Thirdly, decreased mortality. And fourthly, less use of harmful chemical. This is my business model. Investor buy the business to my company, and my company will build installation, the equipment to the farmer, and farmer must pay cost of rent direct to the investor. This model makes technology affordable for the farmer. Now, I have memorandum of understanding with Rismawan Pratama Bersinar company. This company is developing the farmer. So what do I need? I'm looking for the programmer for develop my technology, and I'm also looking for the networking for help the farmer. My name is Bagus. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation.
Okay.
So can I ask you how you came to the conclusion that you can get to 1% of the market share, and how are you planning to beat the competition?
Yes. I use the data in 2018, the population in Indonesia. I only use 1% market share. This is only sample. I use in 1 billions in here, and the farmer will be rent the equipment to my company, and in yearly, my company will be gets about 11 million thousands.
Yes, I did understand that part, but how do you know that you'll get 1% of market share?
Yes,
do you have anyone already interested?
No.
In,
I rent with the price $2 per meter square, and per meter square can fill until 20 birds per month, and in 1 year can be harvested until 6 times.
Thank you very much for your pitch. Would it be possible for an investor to take, say, your idea and work directly with the farmers?
Yeah. Firstly, I use my capital working installation to the farmers. And after that, the farmers only pay cost of rent to me. But my capital working not enough. And I sell my business to the investor by franchise, and I get capital working again. I use my capital to another farmer, and etc. Repeat again.
But do you have a patent on this? Would someone else be able to come in and
about
copy
the
your
patent, I only use traded mark in here because my technology is generic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a bit more about how you will reach, because there's, I guess, a large number of farmers you need to contact. How are you going to build a business to market to them and really be able to make them aware of the product so they can buy it?
Yes. The number farmer, I use the data from Indonesian statistic governments, and every farmer that is have populations, and I use in here for revenue. I count it, and I get about in yearly is $11 million.
Well, thank you. And I don't know if you know that in this country there is a movement against intensive chicken farming. Is there such a movement in Indonesia?
Yeah.
You're trying to double the number of chickens being reared. That would not go down well here in the UK.
Yes. The government is not give incentive to the farmer in Indonesia. So the farmers will get the income is very, very low. So I will help the farmer so that the farmer will be get revenue, another revenue by use my technology.
Right, okay. But what about what is the total market share of chickens in Indonesia? I mean, you talk about 1% market share. Is that what the total would be when you finished? That's not very many, is it?
Yeah, I only use market share for my company. not 100%. Only use one market share, and
Sorry,
the
Bagus.
farmer.
Sorry, judges. Time's up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Click it. So up next, Achmad, followed by Ashif. Ashif. Okay, so back, forward, don't touch this bit.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Achmad Prasetya. I'm from Indonesia. My background agricultural technology, and I'm founder of CV Bintoro Kartotani. Okay. Do you know if another 10 years, the world population is 10 billion people, and in Indonesia itself, 300 million people. How are we going to feed them if our crop production decreases? Because excessive use of synthetic chemicals, decreasing of carbon organic in the soil, maybe. And how about organic waste management problems? In Indonesia, most of the landfill site in Indonesia already overload. And how about climate change? How about global warming? We have to do something to overcome this problem. We have to do something to solve this problem. So, the solution is back to the natural product for agriculture. And we have to increase organic carbon content in the soil with carbon inert, which can last for 1,000 years in the soil, as a soil improver as well as climate action. And organic waste as a raw material of our product. So, we provide our product is biochar compost and liquid smoke. This eco-friendly production process made from biomass or organic waste and usable for organic or conventional farming. We create quality product for agriculture. This our market opportunities in Indonesia. I think that's a big opportunities in Indonesia because Indonesia have 40 million people farmers in Indonesia, and a lot of plantation companies and mining companies in Indonesia use for rehabilitate soil in the ex-mining and improve soil in the plantation or B2C to the farmers. In our comparison of sales, our product already in the market, and I think that's a positive trend. We have export to other countries in Japan in June, and the evaluate of our product is good. And I think in this year, we will get a contract. And our revenue model, yes, of course, profit margin. And the other benefits are advantage of our vendor. And our application of technology, pyrolysis reactor technology, distillation reactor technology, and biochar with mineral and biological agents, and application of palletizing technology, and liquid smoke formulation for liquid fertilizer and organic pest control. And then our company's target, intellectual property right remains company owned, Bukata, and joint production operation can be with related companies such as plantation, mining companies, and others. And we ask for partners and network to expand our market. If we have developed our market, I think we need investor to scale up our production. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation.
Yes.
So what are you looking for first? Basically, the opportunities to expand the market.
Yeah.
And you had there 3 different types of companies that you can go to. So what's your strategy? Which ones will you go to first and why?
Because in Indonesia, we have to educate our customer because this is new technology in Indonesia for the farmers. And so we have to, we need a very long time to educate our customer. 2 years ago, we built social media and others to educate our customer, and maybe the customer in the other country attract our product, not in the local. I think like that.
So you want to go abroad first?
Yeah.
And you're already in Japan. Are there any other countries that are priority for you?
Maybe in Europe.
And why? Europe?
Maybe in Europe. Maybe. Or America, US, maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, very interesting pitch. So one of the challenges usually with biochar and pellets and all those processes is they're very expensive. And often the margins, the profit margins are very low. So would you be able to share a little bit more about the costing of the process and hence what your profit margins are?
Okay. If we sell to other country, we have profit margin more. If we, then we have to sell in a local market. So then I think we can share our profit margin with the traders export maybe and something.
But roughly speaking, what type of profit margins are you looking at?
Sorry?
What
Madam?
percentage of profit margins are you looking at, roughly?
Yeah, maybe I just consider it. Maybe I will answer your question in the other next time.
Okay.
For this.
Thanks very much. Could you explain a bit more about the specific types of customers that would want to buy your product, and why they want to buy your product, and what you're competing against for them? Because you mentioned education as an issue in your local market, but it may also be an issue in others too. So
How I educate them, or what?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So why are people buying the product in your local or international markets? What is the reason for them to buy?
Because this is a new technology, new knowledge for them, and we have to educate them. But in other countries, in international global market, this is not a new technology. So our product attract the trader export. In my local market, it's no more no more customer like that. We have to educate first.
Yeah, you've got a number of processes and products you've listed. I have no idea what liquid smoke is, but
It's like this.
well, it's okay.
Liquid
You
smoke.
can come back.
Yes.
But if you had to focus on one to get the market really moving, which would it be?
Sorry, sir?
Which would be the first product? You've got a number of products that you listed.
Yeah,
Which one is the most likely to win to start with?
this future pallet.
Okay, that's your pelletized
Yes.
deal. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Achmad. Big round of applause. Yes. So up next is Ashif, followed by Rizky, if Rizky could get mic'd up. Big round of applause, please. So back, forward, stop. Don't touch this.
Just the brakes. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashif from Indonesia. Okay. One day, I woke up from my sleep, and I got a message from my friend, my old friend from the other part of Indonesia. Ashif, how are you today? I hope you are good. We got some problem here. I can't breathe. I can't see smoke in every place. The people getting away to get some help, and the forest is burned. And after a week, I get news that the people from plantation is burned the forest to expand their field. You know, they need more production. They need more palm oil. And how I can help them to stop the burn in forest? And now I have the solution: how to increase their field, their yield with the same field, so they don't need to expand their field. And how we do that? We have sensor that can measure soil condition and environment condition, and send it with low-powered adrenaline technology, so the people from plantation can get insight and every time and everywhere, so they can make data-driven decision. So they can increase 10 until 20% of their yields with the same area. Okay, so until today, we have 4 projects with plantation in Indonesia and get the traction about $4K US, and we have 70 team in our company, and we have partnership with marketing and product development. And today, we need about $50K US to start commercializing our product with our existing client, because we discussed about 2,000 devices demand from one of our clients. Thank you.
Excellent.
Is it too fast? Okay.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Can I ask just who the existing client is and what are your next steps then? Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
our existing client.
The two of these is palm oil plantation, and the one is horticulture, pineapple plantation. So they need our device to communicate the field data, because the IoT solution in Indonesia is developed in city area because they need internet connectivity, but we can cover the other connectivity solution for them.
Okay. And is there a plan to sell for the other of their plantations in Indonesia?
I'm sorry, can you?
Will you be selling your products, your sensors,
Yes.
to the other plantations
Yes.
that this client has?
Yes, because
So I imagine these are different plantations, right?
yes, because we don't measure based on the commodity. We measure the environment of plantation, the environment of the crops.
And why do they buy from you and not from another company that does the same thing? Because there's quite a lot of companies that are looking into
Yes.
putting sensors and yeah.
What the main that we make us different between the other IoT startup in Indonesia is we develop low power wide area network technology. This is new and to the Indonesia, and the regulation is out from government is in 2019, and this is a new rule from the government, and we are the first startup that try to register this technology in process in certification. Okay, thank you.
Well, it's good you mentioned regulation, because I was going to ask you about data protection. You're dealing with lots of data here.
Yes.
So how would you ensure the data is protected and used appropriately?
Okay. So we have partnership with the other startup that focus in server services and the other data protection in Indonesia. So we don't do that with ourselves. We make partnership with the other startup. So it will more. The regulation is one of the regulation is the data is must in the country. You cannot send to the outside of the country.
Yes, which so that implies that you'd have to do a lot of analytics in country. And do you have that? Would you have that capability to do a lot of analytics in country?
Yes, we have. That's the process of certification. The under photo, we still in process, and I think after the next 2 months it will finished. Okay, thank you.
What is your longer-term vision for the size of business you're trying to create and the size of the market that you're trying to serve after your initial small customers?
Okay, so yes, this is just for customer, but they are categorized as the big plantation in Indonesia. So we start from piloting, but we can repeat order until 2,000 devices for one company, because they have very huge plantation, and they have benchmark of their the crops. But we have about 2.5 companies plantation in Indonesia, but in the big plantation is just about 5%, and we will focus in the big plantation first.
So how big could the business be?
What do you?
Yes. So how big is the business you're planning to build after the first customer?
How many big? Is it about the revenue or?
Or how many customers? What size? What
Okay.
size of the part of the market are you trying to reach?
The total available market is 2.45K, but for now, for next 3 years, we will focus on plantation. But
Sorry guys, I'm afraid time's up.
Okay.
Thank you, Ashif.
I will answer.
We can for Ashif. Thank you very much. So Rizky's up next, followed by Achmad Fauzi.
Oops, sorry. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rizky Ambardi from Indonesia, and this is rubbish. Mountain of waste tire, 200 tons per month. In Bogor, Indonesia, the place that we visited, that we take picture. And there are 2 other locations that have similar capacity. And Indonesia is big, it's only nearby our city. So there are several other things. Me and my friends want to solve this issue, how we can reduce this. So what we are doing, we take this waste tire, put it in the smaller pieces, put it in our technology, continuous pyrolysis reactor. So it's simple. It's automatic, so you just put the tire at one end, put it in a small piece, and at the other end, it will become the fuel oil. And this is the product that we sell. And we have the byproduct of carbon black that we could sell as well. So the next question is, who's the customer? So let me introduce you to Taufik. Taufik is small, medium enterprises owners. He produces cracker, chips, tofu. He needs energy for cooking, heating, and that sort of things. Why we choose this market? Because small, medium enterprises contribute about 60% of our GDP in our country. And our target market is 5.6 million, it's 3%. And based on our discussion with Taufik, the existing solution that he has is gas. So we indeed need more volume, but the price is cheaper. In a nutshell, we save them 26% cost saving, and the energy cost is around 27% of the total operating cost. So we give it to Taufik, he buys this, and Taufik is a happy man. And this is the ask. So our sales and EBIT projections, and the sales 2019 is the real data, and we need 270K. We will give you 16% of share, and here the point is to scale. We don't ask you for building a new business, but to scale what we have done. Increase the production into 75 kiloliter per month, expanding the warehouse and operating expenses for 2 years. So this is the team, co-founder of the 4 people. I'm as a CEO, and 2 of us is chemical engineering, and 1 of it is focused on the sales engineering, and the other one operational and finance. We are from Hyperion Technology. We believe that our core is to transform something useless to something useful with the technology that we design and build. So we believe that the technology you use impresses no one, but the experience you create with it is everything.
Thank you for your presentation. So SMEs are quite a hard market to reach because there are a lot of them and they're spread around everywhere. Yes. So how do you plan to reach them in the most efficient way so you can sell to as many customers as possible?
Okay, thank you for the questions. So for the one that is nearby, we direct selling, but because Indonesia is a large country, usually the SME, they have some kind of a incubator like that, like the one who give the finance, like microfinance institution or some kind of organization that engage with them. So our plan is to make them as a distributor, the one who, to manage the SME. That's why we don't need to go one by one, door to door. We just knock the door, the big fish who own a lot, and they can be our distributor in the future. Yeah, thank you.
So one of the challenges with solid waste management is the very high transportation costs to bring the products to your processing unit. So what type of infrastructure do you have in place for that, for the transportation?
Yeah, for the transportation, we're using our service for the delivery for now. We don't have yet, the truck and everything, but we are doing that. But in the future, we can also think that because we design the technology, right? Somehow, right now, the place that we choose is nearby the supplier and nearby the customer. It's very strategically placed. But in the future, because the transportation is hard, we can build the technology somewhere else, nearby the supplier and nearby the customers, which, I don't know, we could lease them to the owner of the small, medium enterprises, or we could manage them ourselves. We have a regional team there, and we sell to the distributor, like we mentioned before, the one who, manage the small, medium enterprises. So how we build the technology is not in one location, but several other locations.
Thank you. The technology you have today, what sort of tonnage can that process, and how do you plan to take it to the next size and ensure that the technology still works? And what does it take to make sure that you can operate at much higher volume in the future?
Okay. So actually, my engineering team, they have already designed the 75 for now it's a very small scale, but we have designed 70 kiloliter per month, and this is the one that we think we could scale. But for now, we don't have the grant or the funding to build that. But we have that with our team, and we consult also with the expert regarding the design and everything. So we have the design.
I noticed that your bottle of oil, fuel looked very dirty.
Yep.
A tyre is full of other elements other than just rubber, such as sulfur for vulcanization and steel. Is your fuel going to be high in sulfur, in which case it will be very polluting?
Okay, so actually during the process of the reaction, the one that is inside is the sulfur is already less because we already processed it in the reactor, and it's more on for a bit of light hydrocarbon. What is it there? And during we use it in our small medium enterprises, we also use blower. So the burning for the cooking is better. So we increase the burning rate in the process.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Up next, Achmad Fauzi, followed by Wayan.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Fauzi Trinanda. I'm a fresh graduate of Metallurgy and Materials Engineering. So when I was a freshman, I have a dream to work in big mining company. But I faced a problem that mining industry harms the environment. They produce a lot of waste, and in this case, they produce slag that harms the environment. So since that time, I had a dream to make mining industry more eco-friendly, to meet the mining industry with the environment by utilizing the slags, the waste, into something that can overcome other problems like the demand of building materials, in this case cement materials, and also the carbon emission that caused by cement factory. In Indonesia itself, we produce 71 million tons of cement. So it means there are 71 million carbon emitted into the atmosphere. It's just from Indonesia. How about the whole world? So we come up with our solution to make a more eco-friendly building materials with good quality and also abundant. So this is our solution. Our product, geopolymer fast setting cement, or GeoFast. It is made of nickel slag as the main materials and also the chemicals as activator solution. And in Indonesia, we have 30 million tons of slag every year. So when we can utilize all the slags, we can be one of the largest cement producers in Indonesia. And our cement can reach 40 megapascal in only 24 hours. It's very fast when we compare to the other products. They need 28 days, and we only need 24 hours. And this is the comparison of existing product. Our product is much lesser price than the existing product. And this is the application of our cement. We already use in oil well drilling company, and the bricks installment in our mosque, and also Sekolah Indonesia project. Now, we already produce in pilot scale production. We are looking for a distributor to help us reach the market. This is our super team. We believe with the utilization of nickel slag as building materials, we can make a greener world and also more sustainable world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So how much can you produce today?
We already produce 10 tons per month, and we already sold 5 tons for the Sekolah Indonesia project.
And what's your plan to scale it up? How much will you produce next year?
Okay, we are not too ambitious because a lot of startups failed because they are too ambitious. So our plan, we already researched this material for 10 years in our research group, and then we already do the pilot scale, and we want to scale up into the demo plan, and then we can do the commercial plan. So this is our plan for the production of cement.
So I grew up in India, where I noticed that a lot of contractors, mainstream contractors, were not comfortable with switching to new products because standard products and techniques were easier. How would you convince contractors and companies in Indonesia to switch to this product?
Okay, first we give them some samples, so they can use our product and then they will know the quality of our product. We already did this in Indonesia, and some contractors are interested with this product.
Are there any particular, I mean, you mentioned a range of uses longer term, but which are the particular uses or markets that are most relevant today?
Sorry?
Which are the markets or uses for the product today?
Most suitable market is the contractors, the building companies, the contractors, because they need fast setting cement to finish their building plan on schedule. And then the other segment is the precast industry, because they produce a lot of concrete and they need fast setting cement to reach their production capacity, like that.
I'm sorry about this. You talked about nickel slag.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be presumably used for other slags, not just nickel. I mean, this is the byproduct, so these are presumably silicates and aluminates.
Aluminates, yes.
And is there anything you need to do about the particle size before you actually mix?
Okay.
Because it's very granular.
Yeah. The nickel slag is very granular. So before we use them as our cement, we minimize the size by do a ball mill. So we can get a finer size of the cement, and we use the size of 200 mesh. So it is more finer.
That's an energy usage as well. So you've got that component as well to add in to the energy usage. Yeah, thank you.
So,
Excellent, yeah, thank you. Next, Wayan, if you'd like to come down. Big round of applause, guys.
This for the slide.
Yeah, forward. Don't touch, stop.
This for the next slide.
Yeah, don't touch this one.
Hello everyone, my name is Wayan Lovayana. I'm founder of Digital Lontar Nusantara. My innovation strongly related about augmented and virtual reality. Everyone here must learn history, right? Yeah. But why history is important? Historia magistra vitae, because history make a nation wise and not repeat the same mistake again. But in fact that I went to many school in Bali, and also the student named Wayan, because there is a lot of Wayan in Bali. Wayan and his friend get bored when he learned history. And the second problem is the impression of the museum is too old-fashioned. But we know that the museum is an identity of a nation. So we provide two solutions. Next. We use augmented reality to become a smart branding of the museum. This is the video. One of our augmented reality is about Garuda Wisnu Kencana. Everyone who already went to Bali will know the Garuda is one of the is the symbol of Indonesia nation. Like this, the museum will be more attractive, and everyone will come to the museum. Not just the student, also the tourists. Like this for the first. And the second is virtual reality become smart learning to learn history. Imagine that Wayan and every student in this world will learn history more interactive and easily to visualize the history subject. And one of my product is virtual reality Spirit of Patih Kebo Iwo, one of the local hero story and strongly related about Bedahulu Kingdom and Majapahit Kingdom. And for the market size, of course, Bali is a tourism island, and there is a lot of international tourists. About 3 million international tourists come to Bali per year. Is that a potential market, right? And then we already got our revenue from our store in Bajra Sandi Museum, and also we go to a lot of events we make the ticket sales about 8,000 pounds, and we need the funding to develop our product, to buy a new Oculus Quest, and also the promotion. Smart people learn from their experience, but wise people learn from the virtual reality.
Thank you very much for a very energetic presentation.
Okay.
I would like to ask you, did you think about who would pay for what you're trying to build, but thinking a little bit broader than the end customer who's going to use it, the student or the tourist, who's going to make the big investment in your business?
First, in Bali, we penetrate the market in Bali, the government, the museum, and also we are in game industrial. So we will become a partner with other game company also. Like Beat Saber, we already make a prototype about Christless Gamelan Bali. There is a lot of local story in Bali, and we already make our universe like Marvel. So we can sell our prototype, sell our content to many company, game company. Like
I would suggest for you to look into hotel chains as well.
Hotel.
Just as an idea.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and a very energetic presentation, I agree. So I think it's interesting you said gaming markets and stuff, but would you also kind of look at ways of communicating through YouTube and other social media channels globally?
We still making progress with one application. So we will be like, like TikTok or Pokemon Go, but with the content of Balinese version, just to help the promotion of our culture. But it still make tourists come and more build the brand knowledge and brand understanding about our culture. But not just Bali, Nusantara or Indonesia.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to, perhaps you can clarify, are you becoming a purely digital games company, or are you also trying to have physical stores, places people can come for an experience? And so how are you thinking about the people you will need in the company to do whichever of those activities you are focused on?
Yeah, we have B2B business model and B2C business model. Also, we will make one day to my Trick Eye Museum like Singapore. It's all about the Balinese content and Nusantara or Indonesian content. That's for B2B. But right now we don't have museum, so we sell our product, partner with museum. It's already with one museum in Bali for this year. And for the second market, I think we will sell in Oculus Store. Oculus Store is one of the marketplace who sell games in the world.
And do you need new people in your business to help you do
that? Yes, of course. Like if in here we can partner with 3D animator here or programmer here, we can sell our product we can make interactive dinosaurs in natural history museum, I think. That's good, more interactive.
Yes, I'm working with all the natural history museums in Europe, actually, who are doing something similar. But they're also linking in not just the visual effects, but the scientific data that's linked with some of your objectives, so that you can actually map the development of history and through the ages. Are you thinking more? Are you looking at that area of the market rather than just the big whiz-bang visualization, or are you looking for more added value?
That's I will benchmark to other museum also in other country, like you said, and also.
That's it. Time's up.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes the first round of pictures this morning. We're going to go to a break now. It's going to be a 15-minute comfort break. Go to the toilet, get a quick drink, but don't go running off outside the building. We'll be back here in 15 minutes. 10:45, we'll be back in here.
Just enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay.
I think that's it by now.
I think that's all of ours. Okay, welcome back. I'd also like to welcome back those who are watching from across the globe on our live stream. Just because you're not here in the room with us doesn't mean you can't join in the conversation. I'd encourage you to go onto Twitter, follow our hashtag Innovation Leaders, and I'd also encourage those of you in the room to do that as well. But anyway, on to the next pitch. So we've got Maruf up. Let's hear it for Maruf. A big round of applause.
Thank you very much. My name is Maruf Kasim. I'm from Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, I provide you seaweed pest repellent. Many Indonesian people living in coastal area, and most of them was cultivate the seaweed because it's really very important for them. They can get money from cultivate the seaweed. But you know, I really do believe the seaweed not only important for them, but for all us. We use medicine, pharmacy, and even the food. Seaweed is raw material for that kind of the product. However, the problem was occurs. Every time the farmers cultivate the seaweed is gone. During 2019, the productions was going down. 1 million ton was gone by fish. I provide you. This is the problems occurs not only in Indonesia, but also in tropical country like Philippines, Thailand, and Malaysia. So I provide you seaweed pest repellent. After 3 years research, I found a very specific sound to repel only cyganid fish. Another fish is welcome, not affected. And this is very environmental friendly, durable, easy to use. And the important thing is this product can increase the productions of the seaweed, can make farmers happy. We can get the smile of the children and the farmers. I only need 40 pounds for producing each this one, and I can sell 85 pounds. That is 100% we can get. I mean, that is, you know, I already sold 100 pitch of this in Indonesia. So that's my problem in Indonesia is solved. And I do believe it will become world product. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Can I ask how big is the market for this product? So how many can you sell in the whole world?
I hope every year I can sell this is 1,000. I hope. I really hope.
And would you be selling this directly to the fishers and farmers, or who would be your customer?
I have two kinds. The first is collaborate with the Department of Fisheries and Marine Affairs because they have program to solve the problem of the farmers. And the second one is direct sale to the market, to the farmers, because I can go to the farmers to have this for the demo, and then they can look the effect, and then they can buy this one. That is the best market for me.
How do you plan to build the team or the business to then look at other markets outside your local area?
Yeah, you know, that is, I'm really looking for networking to do the business of this one, because in Indonesia I have to develop this. We have like company and to product this, but this is not enough. I'm looking for networking for many investors to invest this and then make it will sell in another country also.
I was wondering about the cost benefit to the farmer here, because each one of your modules would cover about 1,300 square meters, apparently, according to your figures. How much seaweed per year would a farmer get for buying one of these?
One of this one.
Yeah, you said it was about £80?
Yeah, £80 for one this one.
£80, and it's covering 1,300 square meters.
1 hectares. 1 hectares for one.
Just over a
each.
hectare, yeah.
Yeah.
So what amount of seaweed would he get for that, and how much would it cost?
In one time, that is the cultivation period, only 45 days. And
45
then
days,
45 days. So this is, years they can use it. So every time they are harvested, they can get only 1.5 ton.
Yeah.
So they can sell it, and the two chance to sell to farmers, because they are poor. So we can just get the seaweed, and we collaborate with the buyers, and we sell the market. That is possible market, because they are poor. They have no money. I done the research. I have innovations folding cage, and 1 year cannot be, because that expensive. And then I build this because this is very cheaper for them. Can want this on 1 hectare, and then it's.
Is there another model though of not selling it to them, but
rent it? That is
by renting it. Yeah.
It's very clever. Yeah. Rent it, and then I take care of this one, and then just get the seaweed and collaborate with the buyers, and can happy together, smile together.
So seaweed grows much faster in Indonesia than here.
Yeah. But in tropical area, that is very, very prima donna.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Amber up next, followed by Farid.
Where is the next?
Just that one. Don't touch that.
Oh, don't touch. Okay. This is go to back.
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sander. I take waste tamanu fruit and I make tamanu oil. And I have a successful business in selling tamanu oil in Indonesia. And I hope one of you help me to selling tamanu oil outside in Indonesia. Tamanu trees is planted long in beach in Indonesia. It's make it a problem is a waste product is a pollutant. If we burn it, it's costing CO2, or if we send it to landfill, it's costing methane pollutant as it roots. The equivalent product is equivalent to argan oil. The equivalent product is a higher cost. It's also using chemical material. But in my tamanu oil is a better environment because I take it waste from a beach, the tamanu trees, and no pollutant, because I not burning, I not send to landfill, and also the waste from my process is can be animal feed. Also, it's lower cost for my tamanu oil. Until now, I can produce 500 liter amount, and I can produce 2,000 liter amount for the international market later. In the international market, is the price is 10 times in internal market. For the internal profit, internal profit, I get 60% profit. And I hope when I go to international profit, I get plus 10%. That's from me. I'm Sander. I produce tamanu oil with less pollutant and no waste, a good environment and global benefit. I hope 1 hour meeting to discuss to the international partnership. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So who are the clients that you're looking to target first?
First client is cosmetic industrial. It's become raw material to make a cosmetic.
So what is the benefit of this oil?
The benefit is oil is for the healthy skin. It's content of some acid is like palmatic acid or oleic acid is for healthy skin. It's equivalent to argan oil, like argan oil that is very expensive oil.
Okay, so if we compare it with other products in the market, which
Yeah.
big companies are manufacturing, is your product more expensive or cheaper?
No, my product, as I said before, is more cheaper than the argan oil. In let's say if argan oil, the international price is 30 pounds, maybe my tamanu oil is only 3 pounds. It's 10 times different with argan oil, but the content is like same. I have do for the laboratory content.
Do you have an understanding of what kind of work will you need to do to convince your partners that the benefits are good for them? What kind of education process will you need to go through, and who will do that for you?
Excuse me, sir. What?
Yeah, how are you going to educate your potential clients?
Okay.
And do you have a team to help you do that, or is it?
Sure. What I will to do is first is educated to tell my international partner about the content of tamanu oil. My tamanu oil is it compared to argan oil is already in international market. I educated my international partner is my tamanu oil is lower cost than the international like argan oil.
The picture you showed of these trees looked as if they were just growing randomly. Are there tree orchards already, or do you have to plant it to meet your demand, or do you have to go into the wild to get the
The tree is tamanu oil is planted as Long Beach. It's make a waste to pollutant in the beach.
Okay.
So when I take this tamanu, it's become a clean beach. It's can make a tourist can go to the beach.
It's hardly very economic to have to pick all these, whatever you call them, berries along a beach, is it? Rather than having a proper farm for this, like an olive oil thing. I mean, they're all like that, aren't they? How easy is it to get the berries off the tree?
How
easy?
How easy?
To get the fruit?
Oh no, just we take it just from the field.
Well, okay.
It's already falling down.
Yeah. Okay.
The fruit is falling down.
Okay.
Nice
Thank
working
you.
environment.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hardly efficient though. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Farid up next, if you could come up. Followed by Sriani, if you could get mic'd up, thank you. Let's give a round of applause for Farid, please. Back, forward, don't touch this.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Farid from Pasundan University. I'm a founder and I'm an inventor of tractor pack. Tractor pack is portable cultivator. We can see that this is Mr. This is Mr. Adi. He is a farmer, 52 years old, and he lives in a house like this. It's very it's very poor. There is no electricity, and this condition is about the same condition of more than half of villages in Indonesia. So this is his house, and nearby there are a lot of land, like this land. This is owned by government, and this is very rough, very not too flat. This is the only road goes into these villages, and this is the access to the idle land. You can see that it's hard to bring equipment to the land. And what our solution is, this is Adi's son. He used to work with this lot of land using hand tools. So now Adi's son is using our product to clean all the land here. He's happy now. And this is Tatang. Tatang is backpacking the cultivator, our cultivator, to grow some coffee tree. He now has a coffee tree to produce. So more of that. The cultivator comes with multifunction. It comes with a chopper, it comes with sprayer, and it comes with a pump. You can see this river pump the water to the land. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
So how do you plan to sell this in the market? Do you want to produce it, or do you want to find a company that will produce it for you and sell?
Okay, thank you. This is already produced. This is already in the market right now. We started last year. We sell about 55 products to the government and spread out to the villages, underdeveloped villages. So it's already in the market today. Okay, thank you.
So is this product battery operated? Or how is it?
No, it's engine. It's a petrol.
It's a petrol engine.
It's a petrol engine.
And how much does the product cost, and how much does it cost to maintain or operate the product?
Last year we sell to the government to test the market. So there is no feedback until right now. We sell it about $700 US dollars, and the maintenance the maintenance comes about $10 in a month, I think. Yes, it is. Thank you. Yes.
just asking a bit more on the maintenance. What information do you have from the people's experience with the product, and whether there, how much it, whether there are any product quality problems, or what is the longevity, given that it doesn't sound like the people using it are not buying it yet.
Yeah.
So, how much visibility do you have on whether the product is long lasting?
Yeah, the product is running very well. They really need it. So we come out with ask from other villages to buy some products and we I think the scissors, you know, the scissors is the scissors only 1 month. It's broke, so we have to do some more developing to getting better scissors.
And who does is that easy and simple for people to do themselves, or do they need to find someone more qualified to do those repairs?
It is easy. We just send him a manual book, the easy one, the easy manual book, and then the video. We give the customer with the video and the manual book. It's easy.
I think I'm missing something. What is the business model here? At the moment, you've sold to the government.
Yes.
How does that going to affect your initial man in his village? What's he going to do? Is he just going to be given one of these?
Yes, we sell it to the local government actually in the future, and then government rent to the farmers.
They rent to the farmers?
Yes, it is.
Now, your farmer that you showed, he could have cleared some of that land anyway, because you showed a picture of somebody doing it by hand. Why hadn't they already done it?
I just take a pictures of the land
as an example,
after the cultivated by our products. So.
But essentially, what you've got is just a portable engine,
yes,
which can be used for multi-functions. It doesn't. I don't know what the innovative step is in that. Or is it the model you have with the government that's the innovative step?
Yes, it's plug and play. I think it's like plug and play with other.
Sorry, Farid, I'm going to have to cut you off there, I'm afraid.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So Sriani up next, and Florencia, if you could get mic'd up. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tuti from Itoya, Your Clean Water Solution. So this is what you have in the water source for drinking water facility in the Northern Island. And we are not that unfortunate in Indonesia. We have this, or this, or this, and this is in my city. So majority of the people prefer to buy water from water merchant or water companies that prefer bottles, and they put it into a machine that can give you hot and cold option, which is good. And also they can also go for a reverse osmosis system, which quite expensive for the first installment and also for the maintenance. So we offer another solution, which is this filter. Our filter is membrane-based technology, so which is works at a low cost and off-grid. So this is cost $50 for that can be used for 1 year, and then the cartridge is $30, so $80 for 2 years. And you can see the quality of on the top, the water source, the other filter, and Itoya. So we have our company run for 1 year already, and then this is our team. We mainly produce flat sheet membrane for different applications, such as blood filtration, protein separation, as well as water filtration. So we can customize our membrane. The production capacity is up to 1,000 units per month, and we have last year revenue was $15K. Okay, so the market size in Indonesia is 33 million, and we are targeting 0.1% only from the lower middle income households, and which is possible through the help of expertise in marketing within the 3 months. And then next year we want to build bigger production facilities from that profit, and we also need some investment coming in. And within 5 years we are going for industrial scale up. So last year we've been going through a community service program, which we visit villagers and then educate them the importance of using own water instead of buying water, because if we keep on buying water, one factory is allowed to draw 70 liters per second for 8 hours per day, and they have 5 to 6 facilities, 7, 8 brands counted. It's a massive exploitation. But if we are using water filtration at home, so we'll be independent, we can provide our clean water ourselves, and we also supporting the water conservation campaign. And this is 2040 water stressed countries forecast. It is only a forecast, but will be our market. I'm Tutik from Itoya, your clean water solution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you are going to be targeting other countries as well, given your picture here.
Yes.
Have you looked at internationally who your competitors are and how do you compare to them?
Okay, so the international competitors mainly working on not off-grid. So they are working with pressure, and a complex system, just like reverse osmosis. So they need several filters, and then they need also a pump. So it has to be with electricity. So what we are targeting is actually developing countries and third world countries which has some disasters, when there's no electricity, and also poor people over there. So we are targeting on that. And actually we've been taking this product into the Philippines. So we've been introduced to one of the exhibition there, and people are, getting excited over this product because they have a lot of flooding. And also we've been taking this product into Laos and Myanmar. And also we are currently building a relationship with Kenya in Africa. Well, initiation, but yeah, hope that works.
Very interesting. And I think you said that at the moment the market is going to be more low middle income communities and residents. So is the assumption that they all would have running tap water which enables the filter to be connected to it? Or do they have to collect water and from other sources?
Well, okay, if we are talking about water, it's really complex, right? So we have to change the mindset of the people. We have to also change the local government regulation, as well as, because the government is responsible for the citizens' water source. So currently we are targeting those who have their own groundwater. So not collecting from somewhere, but they have their own well, and the well is not good. And they still buy water. So we want people to be independent for their water.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just ask about the technology? What kind of patent protection do you have, or I guess what is it about the product that is different to the other competitors?
So, thank you. For the membranes, actually there are many levels of membrane. We are doing microfiltration because we want to be low pressure to work on our system. Well, if you go to the papers, there are lots of recipes on the research paper. So we patented. We do not want to patent our membrane recipe, but we patent our system. Yeah, because it's quite different with the other filtration system.
Well, I have a reverse osmosis system at home, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And yours are certainly cheaper than here in the UK by a long way. But what impurities is it actually taking out? Because with the reverse osmosis, you'll have at least 3 filters. Now, you have 1. Is it multifunctional? What are you taking out? Are you taking out the nitrites or nitrates or things, or
okay.
soluble products like arsenides, or what are you taking out?
Okay, thank you for the question. So our standard is actually WHO regulation for the water, which is the water should be, the drinking water should be having a TDS lower than 500 ppm, which most of the cases it is, you know, like the groundwater. But reverse osmosis is really tiny pores so that all minerals are strained. So you have only H2O as a final product, which is not good because it takes all the minerals, essential minerals, that is useful for the body. That's why in the reverse osmosis system, after the membrane, and then they have, you know, some biominerals taking in after that, just to add some minerals for our body. Yeah. So our membrane is, okay, thank you. Sorry.
I'm afraid your time's up.
Yeah.
Up next is Florencia. The stage is yours. And if Adjie could get mic'd up, thank you. Okay.
great.
Back, forward. Don't touch the stop. Okay.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Florencia, and I'm the founder of Beyond Childhood. So Beyond Childhood is a parenting and child development platform. Quick question, may I know anyone who is here is a parent, a dad or a mom with children at home? Oh, that's amazing. Okay. So 3 years ago, when I took developmental psychology class, I learned that childhood is an important stage in life. Who we are now as a person is much affected by our childhood. Concrete example, Helen Keller. Without Aunt Sullivan and her supportive parents, she wouldn't be the Helen Keller we know today. And so that point of realization made me do my research. In what areas can I help parents? What are their struggles? Here's what I figure out. So there's still lack of suitable methods for parents to learn parenting. And with language and culture barrier, because valid or reliable resources are in English, and also that there are many parenting myths in the internet, everyone can share, they don't have a lot of time, they're very busy, they soon become demotivated to learn parenting, and soon applies baseless trial and error, which harms the child and also frustrates them as parents. Looking at the trend, parents have become mobile only, and they search parenting through videos and websites. And so we can see that 5 or 10 years ago, moms weren't so busy, mostly the dads. And then now, moms are becoming working moms. And we can see that 5 to 10 years from now, it's not going to be less busy in developed countries and developing countries. So what if? What if we help parents solve their children's behavioral and developmental issues by assisting them in parenting planning, considering their personality, their child's face, and their child's personality? And so my product here, a parenting development app, it has that feature, and it helps parents quickly, concisely, and directly find the suitable parenting strategy for them without them having to look around in the internet. And so we hold events, website, mobile app, child psychologists, and social media. And with my background in psychology and awards, I've decided to create Beyond Childhood. And so the market is parents, millennials with children ages 0 to 7. In Indonesia, they have little to no leisure time, prefers practicality, active in Instagram and Facebook. And looking at the graph, website is the media that they often use, and there's 90 million millennial parents in Indonesia. And so here are our experts, and compared to our competitors, we're more psychological and parent-focused. So our revenue comes from B2B advertisements to companies and B2C parenting planning. And our strategy is audience building. We do funneling, cross-selling, and referral discounts. And so we will try to interview with parents, child psychologists, upgrade the app, and open advertisement slots. And so if you are a child psychologist, if you're coming from a school or a company, collaborate with us, because our greatest national resource is in the minds of our children. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I have a 3 and a 7-year-old,
Wow.
which makes my life very full, let's say. So how do I, as a mother, get motivated to subscribe to your platform and stay there, actually? Because my children will grow up one day.
Exactly. So we've done the buyer persona journey, where we know the categories of moms and their buying making process from awareness until decision making. And so we're creating contents which are very deliberate, like we're deliberately making it for them. So building awareness stage and then consideration stage until the decision making stage. So basically, yeah, the contents. And we do events as well, community.
Are events paid for?
We do a mix. So the seminars and talk shows are paid for, but we also do kids activities that are free from our sponsors. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the activities because I'm godmother to a 4-year-old who is very hard to keep busy, and but also part of I think child development is a lot about play and interaction with people. So how do you build those type of more human-oriented activities in?
Okay, so I have a background in play therapy, which I totally agree. Playing is very important, but Beyond Child is more to the parents. So I do not make activities for the children, but I help parents find their strategy. Okay, the tips is here for your personality type. And I would definitely give inputs on how they can actually interact with child before bedtime, doing the play. So yeah, the tips would be there for the play, yeah.
In terms of your focus on that part of the competitive map,
Yes.
are there examples in other countries that you are effectively copying, or is this a model that's been proven somewhere else in having that focus with the customer base?
Actually, yes, because recently I met my mentor and also an entrepreneur from UCL. She was referring to MomsNet as a benchmark. So definitely if anyone have the contact to her, I can email her. It would be really great because I'm trying to learn from her and how to help moms in Indonesia. MomsNet would be great. She does the advertisements really well and the product reviews. That's why I came up with the B2B revenue stream.
Yeah, I mean, I've got grandchildren, so a bit further down. The idea, though, is how do you actually grow this market? Because certainly here in the UK, whilst, if you like, parents that would look at this application or app or whatever are the sort of people who go to university, but actually the real problem, or one of the problems, is people who wouldn't access this. So how are you going to market this to people who wouldn't normally, in the villages and other places?
Okay, so that is definitely a challenge that I've been facing I've been running this for 3 years. But what I've been doing is I've been collaborating with a lot of other companies and do events annually, 3 years. So we did it in hospitals and we did it in malls. So what we're trying to do is build the trend, make it really like people are highlighting it. So because there's still a competitive side in Indonesia where they want to be, like I want my child to be better, I want to be a better mom. So we're kind of using that strategy to, trigger them to actually okay, I want to be a good mom. I want to look like I'm a good mom, There's still that aspect that we're working on. But yeah, it's a challenge. It is a challenge.
That's a real big problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I just ask, what's the end game for you? How does success look like?
So when I started this, I was very much idealistic. So success would look like for me when I'm able to actually reach my extreme target markets. For example, moms with really difficult child problems and other areas that other competitors couldn't reach. So I think that would define success for me.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Thank you. So up next is Adjie, and if Analia could get mic'd up. Thank you. Back, forward, laser, don't touch that.
Okay, right here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adjie Wicaksana, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of Lovayana. So I'm here to talk to you about the very fascinating innovation that can change tens of millions of people's lives, especially millennials. So I will start with this picture. How do you see this picture? It's probably someone who has a lot of problems, a lot of stress, insecurity, and so on and so forth. And we probably agreed that a lot of people deal with financial related problems. And also as well as millennials, as you can see in the picture. So it seems a huge problem, isn't it? So those millennials can be us, can be your children, can be your families. And it's a huge problem because in the US, for example, 1 in 3 millennials suffers from acute financial stress. And it will happen also in Indonesia and other countries over the world. So the question would be, why millennials don't do money management? It's probably because it's boring, because it's complicated, it's confusing, people don't understand about it, and yeah, it's just people don't do about it. So we ask ourselves, what if? What if we can make money management easy and hassle-free? What if we can do a proper financial decision without paying or being an expert? And what if all of those things can be done in our smartphone in real time? So here comes the innovation. So we developed the system-generated financial advice for millennials so they can manage their money better, they can get a better profit, they can get a expert-like personalized recommendation to achieve their goals in life. We called it Halafina. It's we are an application that's easy, it's free, and it's secure. We are the first company in Indonesia who implement this technology, and we are already listed in a financial regulatory system respected in Indonesia. So our goal is actually to help our users in controlling their money, control their life, and setting, tracking, achieving their meaningful goals in life. And we believe that it's also supporting the sustainable development goals in terms of well-being, economic growth, and also sustainable consumption. So we have the idea and we launched our apps last year in Indonesia. We already have 18,000 of registered users currently, and it's just the beginning. The opportunity is massive. We have more than 50 million of millennials in Indonesia only. And what's next? Our plan is to raise new fundraising round in this year for the Series A. We are seeking for $4 million to grow at scale and to be the leader in personal finance management industry in Indonesia. So back to the mission. Should you share the same values about the importance of money management and how it can affect the people's life and people's happiness? We are here, we are ready to talk and to collaborate. Thank you.
Thank you. So I understand what you've got is an app.
Yeah.
Does it link to the banks or it's an independent app?
Okay. Thank you so much for the question. So we actually collaborate with some financial institutions, especially asset management company. So we do collaborate with licensed and regulated financial institution that can manage our users' assets and money. So, and we take some fee sharing in terms of the asset management fee.
So just to clarify, so for the customers who use the app, it's free to download and it's free to use?
Exactly.
So your revenue generation is therefore from venture capital or from banks?
Yeah, so the revenue generation currently is coming from the commission that we got from the partners. So there are asset management companies that have a management fee, and we take some part of them of it. And we are trying to expand our revenue stream through premium membership. So it's a subscription starting from $1 a month. So we target like millions of users to get that services.
As you develop, I guess, what do you imagine you will do in terms of the potential conflict, I suppose? On the one hand, you're giving advice. On the other hand, you're a platform that is being paid by the sellers.
Okay.
How do you think that will develop?
Okay, so I think that's a valid question because we are very concerned on independently and being a natural in terms of providing the advice. That's why we are not only partnering with only one financial institutions. We are more like an aggregator in terms of financial products. So we don't provide specific recommendation on the products. We provide the specific strategy, but the customer will choose their own products for themselves.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
How many customers do you have at the moment, and what do you actually want the $4 million for? Because I didn't quite get that.
Okay. So yeah, I think this is the current.
No, I meant the users. How many users? Oh, here you are.
Here, yeah. We have 18,000 of registered users currently. We're expecting to have around 300,000 by the end of this year, and the potential is actually much higher than that. So the number of investment probably for the as you can see, for the marketing and growth, product development, and also talent development.
Yeah. But I don't quite understand if it's so good and you've got over 100,000. These things tend to grow by people talking to each other. Well,
yeah.
Yes, I mean. 4 million is quite a lot of money.
Yeah. So yeah, I think one of the contexts is Indonesia currently has a very promising growth in terms of financial technology. We are trying to riding the wave in terms of the trend, and I think the numbers for the Series A is quite common in terms of fintech in Indonesia, and we are trying to be a real leader in this specific landscape for personal finance. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Our final Indonesian picture of the day, Analia. It's for you.
Thank you.
Back, forward, laser.
All right.
Stop. Don't touch the stop.
All right. The screen? All right. Hello everyone, my name is Analia Tan, CEO and co-founder of Skido.id. We are here to helping kids to develop their skill potential. Anyone familiar with this picture? Yes. So when I was a kid, I was being compared to my bigger sister because she's always been the top 3 student at school. Meanwhile, my score at class back then was just okay, except Bahasa Indonesia and music. Later on, I found out that my strengths are on linguistic, interpersonal, and also musical. That's why I am now is the content creator for kids content in Indonesia. I do storytelling and I do singing as well. I believe that every kids are born smart, but sometimes parents just don't know which type of smart are they. And is it at the school, formal school education? Not all of them. So I believe if a country has a good education, quality of education, it will resonate to all the sustainable development goals in a country. Speaking of Indonesia, we capture the market size of enrichment class hit 3 billion USD. And if we can target GMV of 5% of that, it's still 150 million USD. It's a huge number. Oops. So our business roadmap started as a curated marketplace last year. We have a commission fee and premium membership as our revenue model. And right now we are ongoing process to have a milestone tracking so parents can track their kids' development on education to make sure their kids can develop the skills that they have. The revenue model is from subscription, and as the future, we also think about building an enrichment center that help our activity providers to have, expand their business through us. Last year, we're very happy because we received a grant from Ristek from Indonesia government, and within a year, we have exposure from global markets, Singapore, Armenia, and also London right now. We have now 10,000 monthly active users from 200 plus merchants, and we have averaged 300 transactions per month. I'm really passionate about kids education. I have 3+ years experience in kids and education industry. That's what makes me very confident to make it happen. But this will not happen without the super team that I have in Jakarta. So right now we're looking for seed round investment. We will use the fund for product development, kids program creation, user acquisition, and also office costs. Thank you.
A question on the investment side.
Yes.
Couldn't you grow the business without the investment but go slower? And what's actually the benefit for the investor if they put this money in?
All right. So back to our business roadmap. Basically, beyond this picture, we also have our commercial division at office that serving our clients to do brand activation. So if the question is, can we survive? Yes, because we have money from our clients, but we also want to scale this business beyond our regular activity. So we want to tap this market with investors' money. Yeah.
So how fast will the investor get his return on investment?
Oh, all right. We have a trajectory of 5 years. Mm. Hello.
Hello. I was wondering if you were also looking to influence the curriculum in schools, because I think you've made a valid point about understanding skills of children. So is there anything you're going to or thinking of doing with schools more directly or with the Ministry of Education?
Yeah. So basically, right now, maybe I don't have enough power to do that. But what I'm trying to do right now with my team is we are going to school by school and helping them with the subject that is not in the formal curriculum. For example, we're going to the school and then we do the test for the multiple intelligence. And if some kids has these specific skills that is not subject in the school, we can help them by providing several activities from our activity providers. So we becoming an enabler.
But what would you do if you had the influence and power?
Oh,
if you
I
were the
would
most
be
powerful
happy to do
person?
it. Yeah, I would be happy to influence and make the curriculum in Indonesia more personalized. More personal, because I really believe if kids can develop their skill based on their potential, Indonesia can have a really good future leaders when they are reach 100 years old in 2045. That's my dream.
Hi, thank you. What are the next set of customers that you'll be targeting? How would you describe them? Because they presumably want or need your product more than other people in the market. Where's your focus in the short term?
All right. So how we meet the customers? The first one via digital content. We also have merchant rewards program because currently our merchants do the referral for us free. And then we also do event and community partnership. And the fourth one, not in this picture, is via school. So we want to partnering with schools all across Indonesia. Right now we have around 300,000 schools in Indonesia, but it's not this year because this year we will be focused in only 3 to 5 big cities in Indonesia.
Maybe I missed it. What age range are you working at on these programs? Because I'm very aware that there are a lot of programs already available for older children.
So we're becoming the enabler that connecting parents and the activity providers. So we are not competing with the current activity
You're
providers.
not providing the content then?
Yeah, we're becoming the enabler.
Okay, so you're linking people to
Yes.
it. How much of this depends just on you, though? Because there was just a picture of 2 of you up there. And who else is in the team?
Oh, this one. We have marketing, sales, designer, content writers, software.
They actually exist, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And this is we have competitor as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
So that concludes all of our Indonesian pitches. Should we have one last round of applause for all the Indonesians today? All the fantastic pitches. So now we'll be serving lunch downstairs until 1 o'clock. We'll be back here at 1 o'clock for the Malaysian pitches. We have 2 prayer rooms. We have a male prayer room in Michael Bishop, a female prayer room in Meeting Room West and North. If you don't know where they are, speak to me afterwards or speak to a member of the lift team. They'll be able to show you exactly where that is. A big thank you to everybody who's been watching remotely. Join us again at 1 o'clock for all the Malaysian pitches, and we look forward to seeing you there. And of course, a huge thanks to the judges. Can we get a round of applause for our judges as well? Thank you. Judges, do you have any feedback before we go for lunch that you'd like to
Well, just
to
first
give
of all,
on
thank
the-
you very much for using my language rather than your language. And I think the quality of the presentations has been excellent. You've challenged us with many ideas. Yeah, so thank you very much indeed. Anybody else want to say anything? No? Go and enjoy some lunch downstairs. Downstairs, you say?
Downstairs, yeah.